I'm gonna share the 5 biggest weight loss mistakes that I made in 2025 because I'm hoping that anybody watching this now that's starting their weight loss journey in 2026, I'm hoping you'll watch this video and you won't make the same mistakes that I did. I also want to make this video because I've lost 130 pounds and I've kept it off for 11 years. And the biggest thing that I've learned is that mistakes are totally normal no matter where you're at on your weight loss journey. The key is to learn from them so that you don't make the same mistakes again, and to let them point you to what doesn't work so that you can find what does. Number 1. I was eating low calorie for way too long. So what I've been doing, what I was doing for most of the year was I was eating in a calorie deficit, which for me is a little over 1,600 calories. And I would do that for 4 to 6, sometimes 8 weeks. And then I would have a diet break, which I call a cheat day because most of you understand like what a cheat day is. And I was really liking that strategy, but where I was going wrong, the mistake that I was making was that I was doing it for too long. So my activity level is really high. I have a very active job. I do 50 minutes of cardio 6 days a week, plus I lift weights 3 days a week. So doing all of that activity on only 1,600 calories for long periods of time, by the time I got to my cheat day, I was depleted of energy, I was exhausted, and I was so hungry that I would end up eating way more than I wanted to. And usually my cheat day, I would end up having not just one day, sometimes 2 or 3 to make up for how hungry I was. So it was really counterproductive. So what I started doing instead was I would eat in a calorie deficit for 2 weeks and then I'd have a cheat day. So every 2 weeks, I've been having a cheat day, and that has really helped. I had plenty of energy to do all my activity, plus to really put the focus on my weight training, be intense in the gym, and also to really focus when I'm doing cardio to, give it my all. And because I knew I was gonna have a cheat day in 2 weeks, it's very easy to stay on track eating in my calorie deficit because I know I'm gonna have a break very shortly, and that has produced the best results that I've ever had. I am the leanest with the most muscle that I've ever been, and I'm really proud of myself and my body, and I'm really actually content and happy in my body for the first time, even since I lost all the weight. This is like the proudest I've ever been. What I learned, and I am not a doctor, I'm not a professional, so don't listen to me. This is just what works for me, what I've learned and my experience. And what I've learned is, for me, mentally and physically, doing something like eating in a calorie deficit to lose weight for too long is not healthy for me. What works better for me is shorter goals with a break in between. And if you're someone who's just starting on your weight loss journey, when I first started, I thought I was going to be eating the same calories for the rest of my life. But that's not how weight loss works. You will probably have to do it for a little bit, and then you'll have to change it. So just be prepared. You're not always going to be eating the exact same way. It is going to change. For a lot of people, shorter term goals work much better than long term because it's easier and more sustainable when you know that a break is going to be coming. It's easier to stay on track that way. And if you want to know exactly what I ate and did to lose my weight and keep it off, I have 4 weight loss ebooks. You can buy them separately and use code Nicole to save yourself 10% off. Or you can buy all 4 in my everything bundle for a cheaper price. Then use code Nicole to save yourself 10% off the already cheaper price for a double savings. The link's down below if you want to check that out. And if you're looking for a baller protein powder, this is the one I use because it's the best. You need to try this. This is HTLT Steps Casein and Whey Protein Powder, and this is the maple cookie flavor. This literally makes plain Greek yogurt taste like the most baller thing you have ever eaten in your entire life. And tonight I used it in my protein ice cream, which it also tastes amazing in. Code Nicole will save you 15% off, and the link is down below. Look how. Pretend that didn't happen.
It's got a sturdy container on it as well.
Hey, look, I made the ad better. Look how good the container is. I was trying to be cool. Didn't work.
How'd that work out?
Didn't work so well. Number 2, I was underestimating myself. I turned 42 this year, and I found myself looking at pictures of myself from a few years ago and basically feeling bad, looking at how lean and muscular I was, and I was saying to myself, now that I'm in my 40s, I will never be able to be in that good of shape again. I started to believe it and accept it and just go, yeah, maybe that's the way it is. Maybe now that I'm in my 40s, I'm never gonna be able to be lean and muscular like I was a few years ago. So I really started to accept that. But the cool thing that I did is, even though I was starting to doubt myself and think that I could never get in super great shape again, I never stopped being consistent with eating in my calorie deficit, doing my cardio, and lifting my weights. The whole time, even when I was feeling bad and insecure and thinking that I couldn't get great results again, I kept doing the same stuff every day. And when I looked at myself in the mirror a few days before Christmas, I was shocked at the results. I couldn't believe, like I just said in the first point, I am the leanest, the most fit with the most muscle that I have ever been, and I'm obviously the oldest I've ever been. And I was so proud of myself because even though I was underestimating myself, I didn't stop the consistency. And that's the takeaway from this. It's that doubt and self-doubt is totally normal, especially on a weight loss journey. But what I finally let land, even though I kind of knew this, I really had to, see the results in the end. Age is totally just a number. Doubt is normal. Keep being consistent, even if you're doubting yourself. Put your head down and keep doing the consistency. Eat in your calorie deficit, move your body in a way that you like, and do it consistently every single day. And you'll be surprised at the results. And age really is just a number. It doesn't matter how old you are. You're not too broken, you're not too old, it's not too late. Eat in a calorie deficit, be consistent with it, be consistent with moving your body, and eventually you will get the best results that you can with your body at your age, no matter where you're at. You just gotta keep being consistent and keep going even when you're doubting yourself. Number 3, I started to lift heavy when I was doing my weight training, thinking that it was gonna help me put on a lot of muscle and put on a lot of muscle fast. Kyle and I have been lifting weights regularly for as long as we've kept the weight off, so 11 years. And in that time, we've gotten the best results by lifting moderate weight and doing intense and short weight training sessions. Our sessions are about 45 minutes long, and we focus on proper form and squeezing the muscle that we're working, and as intensely as we can. And we've done really good that way. But every once in a while, we forget and we'll think, hey, let's try to put on more muscle by lifting heavy. And there is a theme that goes through all of these mistakes. And that is, Kyle and I have made these mistakes a few times. What we're learning is sometimes we have to make the same mistake multiple times before it really lands and we realize there's a reason why we don't do this and we're not gonna do it again. So this is one of those times. So one day we decided we're gonna lift heavy. Normally when you lift heavy, you wanna slow your weight training down so that you minimize the risk of injury. We didn't do that. We kept our sessions intense, 45 minutes, and we added a lot of weight. Well, both of us got injured. And even though it sucks, we finally let it sink in. Lifting heavy does not work for us. All it does is end up us getting injured and not building any muscle because we have to take a break because we've injured ourselves. The best way to get the best results for us is what we were doing. Shorter, intense sessions, 45 minutes about, focusing on proper form with moderate weight and squeezing the muscle that we're working. So we went back to doing that, and the takeaway is, again, I'm not a personal trainer, so this is just my experience, what I've learned. But what we learned is most people would benefit and get the best results from lifting moderate weight, focusing on squeezing the muscle they're working, doing it intensely and in shorter sessions than slinging heavy weights. Moderate weight for me means a weight that I can do 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps with. And that'll obviously be different for everyone because if you're a beginner, lighter weights might feel heavy to you. So it just depends. But for me, it's a weight that I can pick up and do 10 to 15 reps with for 2 sets and really feel it. Like by the end, I'm really sore and I'm almost at failure. That's what moderate for me is.
Yeah, like for me and Nicole, we're not personal trainers, so don't listen to anything we say. But we have been training for a long time. So if I pick up a weight and I can do only 2 reps, I'm giving it my all and only 2, that's too heavy. If I can do 35, 40 reps, it's way too light. So you want to find that range in the middle for moderate.
Yeah, we call it the sweet spot, where by the last rep, you're like, okay, I'm done. It was heavy enough, but not too heavy that you're not being able to lift with proper form and that you're gonna hurt yourself. Number 4, I started doing HIIT cardio, forgetting that the best form of cardio for me is what I already do in the form of walking. Low intensity, steady state cardio. I've learned this lesson a few times, but I had to try it once more. So Kyle and I just decided in January 2025, we were just gonna try HIIT cardio again, just to see if it would be a better way to lose some fat. We started doing HIIT and we did it for all of January. And all it did was cause us to be exhausted. After we were finished, it was like 30-minute video that we were doing. After we were done, I was so tired. I could barely get ready for work because I do my cardio first thing in the morning. We were so hungry. We were having a hard time staying in our calorie deficit because it took up so much of our energy and we weren't fit enough to do it. And it was really just depleting us of everything, of our food, of our energy, and we were so tired that we finally realized, like what we've always known, we're not fit enough to do HIIT cardio and get the fat burning results from it. The best way to burn fat for us is by what we already do, which is walking. We did it at the beginning of our journey and we do it now because we do it low intensity, steady state cardio, meaning we walk just at a fairly reasonable pace, enough where you can still talk, but your heart rate is up, and that has always worked for us. So we went back to doing that. That allows us to burn as much fat as we can while not being starving all the time. It's easier to stay in a calorie deficit. You can walk for long periods of time. It's easy to sustain it, where it's not easy to sustain HIIT cardio. It's very difficult. And even though I'm quite fit for my age, and so is Kyle, we're not fit enough for HIIT. So we finally let that land and we won't be doing it again. If you're starting a journey and you're looking for an exercise to do, find something that you're gonna enjoy, that you're fit enough to do, that you can do for long periods of time and that you can sustain. Something that's not gonna make you feel so exhausted and so hungry that you're not gonna be able to keep it up. Number 5, I was excluding certain foods from my diet even though I really wanted them without checking the calories first. So, for example, I would go to Costco And every time I'd go to Costco, I would see these chicken flings. They're called buffalo chicken flings from Pinty's. And they looked so good, and I really wanted to eat them. Also, there's this queso dip with cheddar, and I love that dip. And I thought, I'd love to have that during the week. Then I would go, no, there's no way that I can eat those in my normal diet. It's only a cheat day thing. And I would walk by it, go home with my normal groceries, and then I'd think about them. Oh, I wish I could build them into my diet. And what that does, and what it did, is that it made me feel deprived and restricted in what I could eat in my calorie deficit. So I finally realized I'm limiting stuff without even checking if it's even possible to put in my diet. And this is another one where I've known this, and I actually talk about this on camera all the time. Always check the calories, because you never know. So the next time I went to Costco, I checked, and I was blown away, which is why from now on, I will not just exclude food, I will always check the calories. The Pinty's bites, they were 200 calories for 4 really decent sized pieces and 15 grams of protein. That's amazing. And the dip was 2 tablespoons for 80 calories. And it was the lowest calorie dip out of all the ones I picked out that I thought I could eat and build into my calorie deficit. That was lower. Go figure. I thought it was a cheat day food. It's an all the time food. So the takeaway from this is, you will be surprised at how many foods you can build into your calorie deficit very easily. So always check the calories before thinking that it's gonna be too high calorie for you. Never doubt it, because you can actually fit every food into your calorie deficit if you build it in, because the only way to lose weight is by being in a deficit. That means eating just a little bit less. So you can fit anything you want. Some things are really high in calories, so it would take up most of your day, which is why I don't include some things all the time. But most of the time, you can include a lot of things. So check the calories on everything, and you'll be surprised at how many cool foods you can build into your day when you didn't think you could. And it will open up your world to so many possibilities, and you'll be excited to eat your food every single day. And that's what weight loss is about. Remember, weight loss isn't linear. It's gonna go up and down. You're gonna make mistakes. That's normal. It's about staying consistent no matter what's happening, learning from your mistakes, trying to fix them if you can, and getting right back on making small, sustainable changes and eating just a little bit less consistently every single day. I love you. Thanks for watching. Peace, buddy.
See ya.
Remember, the friends, that weight loss isn't just about the number on the scale. It's also about here and here. Heart and mindset. Fight through it. You can do it.